Your content's getting views and you think you're growing, but you're not. Leads haven't increased. Business isn't moving at all. You're not making any extra cash. If your content isn't getting people to take action, you could get 1 million views and it means fuck all for your business and your bank account. You might have a small following. Every post gets around a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand views. And then one day, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a post absolutely blows up. Your views are going through the roof. You're getting comments. There's a few followers coming. You think you've made it, right? You might as well be getting ready to book your fucking flights to go and sit with Stephen Bartlett on Diary of a CEO, but nothing happens. Now you might get a few inquiries come through, maybe 1 or 2 sales, but you got 100 times your regular views and nowhere near 100 times that amount of sales. And then the next time you post, you're back to your regular 500 views and just that one comment from your mum telling you how handsome you look. Thanks, mum. If she's commented on this video, that'd be great. Watching views explode on a video feels mad. When you've worked on something and you see it finally go viral, it's the best feeling. And all those views, those new followers, that can feel like growth. But sporadic viral hits, it's just noise. And after the spike, there usually comes a drop. And when that drop happens, you go back to trying to chase that viral spike again. You decide to try and replicate what went viral. So you keep repeating the same tactics, the same techniques, and the content that you're producing moves away from supporting your business to becoming something that you can use to stroke your ego with vanity metrics like views and likes. That whole cycle is audience capture. You're not trying to build influence, you're just chasing the algorithm. My first full-time job was working at a huge YouTube channel. It was called Draw with Jazza at the time. I think he rebranded. But when I left that channel, he gave me a shout out on his vlog channel. And all of a sudden, I went from around 1,000 subscribers to over 5K overnight. When this was happening, I thought I was ready to go full-time on this channel. You know, I understood how to make videos. I knew everything about production. I thought all of that was enough, but it wasn't, and I didn't know shit. Those thousands of people that came and subscribed to my channel, they came out of curiosity, but they didn't have anything there that would make them want to stay. At that time, I was bouncing between like vlogging content, I was dabbling in like self-development kind of stuff, and then video production and editing tutorials, all on one channel. If I had picked a niche, let's just say video production, if I had actually knuckled down and focused on creating content around video production and editing, when all of those people first came to the channel from that shout out, they wouldn't have just subscribed. They would have looked at all of the content that I had and gone, oh, you know what? I'm not really interested in video production stuff. This isn't for me. And they would have bounced. But because there was nothing there that was specific, they're curious about what this guy is going to do because I worked for someone that they were already a fan of. So they were just curious. But because of that, after they started to see all these random videos that I was making and they weren't interested in it, they just left. At that moment in time, when I got that flood of subscribers, I had attention, but I didn't have influence. Real influence is when your content changes the way someone behaves after they watch it. If you teach email marketing, someone should be able to watch a piece of your content and then make one slight change to the way that they come about writing emails. If you're creating gym or fitness content, someone should be able to walk into a gym after watching your video about how to squat properly and improve their squat. If you can trigger some kind of change that has a positive impact on the person watching, that's how you start to build influence. The kind of loop or system that you should think about when it comes to creating content is you should be able to put a piece of content out onto the internet, someone watches it and learns something from it, makes a change from that piece of content. If that change has a positive impact on that person, then they come back to you and they start to trust the advice that you give. Now, if you can create enough trust, that leads to influence. And if you influence enough, that can lead them to take action. If there was no change triggered by the person viewing your content, then you didn't have influence, you just got exposure. And you should never be just trying to expose yourself for no reason. That was way funnier when I wrote it, but anyway, moving on. So this brings us to everyone's favorite business term, leverage. The more that you can deliver a positive impact for the person watching, the more trust you build, which trust is leverage. The more that you can lead to positive results for the person who watches your content, the more that they start to trust and associate you with those positive outcomes. Going back to the gym example, if you're teaching people how to more effectively use the equipment or the machines in the gym, If that improves their experience and they start to see better results because of the free content you're putting out, there's a much higher chance that they're going to take you up on whatever it is you're offering, whether that's your program or your PT services, whatever it is. You've started to build up that trust and leverage. Now there's more of a chance that they'll buy. This is kind of like your reputation, right? And you'll know that this is starting to build when it's not just views that are going off. You're starting to see more comments and little communities forming in the comment sections and regular people coming back, maybe DMing you. You're starting to see that people are building a relationship with you. When you make that shift from optimizing for attention and exposure to optimizing for making a positive change to someone else through your content, everything changes. You're not chasing views anymore. You're chasing leverage. Views are just exposure, but change is real value, and value compounds to trust, which compounds into influence. Influence compounds to leverage. Leverage compounds into dollars. So start chasing leverage, not views.